I tested my microphone in the last session. It seemed to be okay. I hope it still is. If anybody's interested, if anybody's listening, and I don't expect anybody to be listening, but, you know, maybe somebody will watch the video on demand. One of the things I noticed, aside from the microphone, is that I do a lot of while, oh, I just did it again, while I'm broadcasting. I'm probably going to keep doing that. I don't think it's something I'll be able to change quickly. It's too unconscious. Oh, look, a fire. I really want to start a second playthrough of the game. I wanted to try and get the Twitch stream stuff working okay before I did it. I mean, I wanted it to be reasonable. I wanted you to be able to hear my voice pretty well. Unfortunately, I'm doing this, well, I don't know if this part is unfortunate. I'm doing it through my PlayStation 4. I suspect from what I've read that a lot of people start Twitching that way. Twitch streaming that way. Oh look, fisher people. I wish you could fish in this game. When I see the people fishing, I really want to stop and fish with them. I don't want to just shoot fish with my arrow. Although that's not bad, but I'd love to have the option of just sitting on the bank, sitting on the riverbank and fishing. You know, I really fell in love with this world. I gather I'm not alone with that, and of course, it's not true of everybody. I don't doubt that there are people, you know, quite a few people who just don't find this interesting at all, and, you know, I can understand that. There are things I don't find interesting that, you know, people really love. Wow, I got so distracted there trying to sound like somebody who knows what they're talking about. I really don't. Oh, and I'm doing something that bugs me when I watch other people play, which is that, you know, I'm making Aloy compulsively run around like she's got some sort of attention deficit disorder. At least I'm not having her do this, you know, but still, you know, why is she running around in circles while I'm talking? I really don't know. I don't think it's something she'd do. Why am I talking? I completely forgot what I was talking about anyway. Fishing, yes, I wish I could fish in the game. I don't think it's a defect in the game. I think what you can do in the game is quite wonderful. I still want to fish. I've titled this stream, well, let's see if I can remember what I titled it without looking at the title. Post 100%ing in the post apocalypse. I'm pretty sure that parses grammatically, although, you know, I'm not a grammatician, whatever that word might be. But I thought it was just fun to say post so many times. Oh look, well, at least she's not running around in circles while I'm talking. It looks as though she knows where she's going, but since essentially I'm Aloy at this point, I've got insider information, and the truth is she doesn't know where she's going. She's just killing time until this voice in her head stops talking. I've been spending a lot of time watching other people play this game. one of the first things I learned from watching other people play this game is my notion, after having finished it, that there's a best way to do anything is just a silly notion. It took about 10 minutes for me to go from, oh, wow, that's the wrong weapon to use, to, oh, that's what you're doing. That's pretty interesting. So I've learned a lot by watching other people play. I'm not necessarily going to play the way they did. This, by the way, was also just a whole... that whole discussion really lost track of what I wanted to say at first, which is this. I'm sure anybody who's played the game for a little while knows that domestic animals in a domestic environment are protected from harm.
They say she's a terror with bow and spear.
Yeah, but apparently not with a spear when I'm hunting geese in your village.
Or working since the spire cast a shadow on the mesa. The rest are newcomers.
Gosh, I want to call them hogs, and you know, I've gotten to the point. I don't think it's actually the point in my life. You know, I tend to forget names always, but
Prince Edaman has returned to
the
me.
truth is they're not sticking in my head like they used to. Boars, that's what they're called in the game. Boars. Okay, more distraction. But I was watching somebody else play the game, or maybe it was even me when I was testing the microphone the other day. I was in a village. I think I was in... was it this one? What is it? Bright something? Bright Market. I think I was in Bright Market. Or somebody was, or maybe somebody I was watching was. Aloy's crossing a bridge within that village, and a fox ran across the bridge in front of her, which left me really wanting to answer the question with my spear about whether or not wild animals still get the no harm protection within a village. All right. You know, I'm sure we don't have to go to Bright Market to find a fox in a village, and it's probably silly to actually set that as a goal, but, you know, why not? This is the post-apocalypse, post 100%ing gaming in the post-apocalypse. What do I mean by that? I mean, let's see if I can push the right button. Yes. I mean this. When okay, let's back up a little bit. Where's the game progress? I mean, game complete 100%. Cool. But game complete 100% doesn't actually include all the data points. And there were, I think I was missing one, maybe audio data point when I 100%ed. I was missing, I think, 3 quest text data points and all kinds of world data points. Let's see, what is it again? Is it that there are 64? 67. There's 67 text data points in the world, and by the time I had 100% of the game, I only had, well, there were still 43 data points that I had not found. At first I tried wandering the world to see if I could stumble upon them, and that wasn't going well at all. And it's not just because of this, but I bought the Horizon Zero Dawn Collector's Edition Guide which maps the location of all the data points. And so I spent a week, on and off with that book, collecting all of the missing world data points. So that, to me, is post 100%ing. I had already 100% of the game. I desperately wanted to have a reason to keep playing the game, and I found one. So that's post 100%ing. Well, now I have post 100% of the game. And look at me, I'm still playing the game. So this is post 100%ing. The post apocalypse is kind of already built into what we know about the game. But I got to say post 4 times. I'm pretty sure I did. One of the problems I was trying to solve, which I think I just found the solution to, thanks to Google and Reddit and, that sort of thing, is you can update the title of your stream on the PlayStation 4 when you start, but it doesn't stick. And the title of my stream had been Microphone Testing. Pretty bland title. Oh, my goodness, I was just snuffing. I hope you didn't hear that. I'm going to wipe my nose. Too much information. Sorry. Oops, now I just bumped the microphone. I hope you didn't hear that. Okay. We're now in Bright Market. It says right there, entering the settlement. Where's a fox? A fox or a raccoon or anything that really wouldn't be a domesticated animal. Somebody in the comments section of one of the people I was watching said that if one of those dragonfly insects, if you start, you pause the game for photo mode, when one of those insects is in the frame, you'll notice that all of the veins are visible in its wings. I haven't tried that yet. Someday I will. I haven't used photo mode anywhere near as much as I ought to. No, I don't see any domesticated animals at all.
They'll give him a rap on the knuckles and let him go.
Yeah, and in a way, that was a butterfly. Another butterfly. I'm not going to try and hit it with my spear. Turkeys, we don't expect. Ooh, is the fox stealing turkey eggs? Where's the chickens, come to think of it? Gaia hasn't made any chickens yet. Or cows. Curious. I think it's interesting that there are no, what I want to call alpha predators, but come on, I'm not a biologist. I can't be sure I'm using that word properly. There are no biological alpha predators in this game. It's only machines. And I wonder, do they fill an alpha predator role in relation to the biological animals? I mean, do some of those machines, some of the machines based on carnivores, is that part of their role, is to be the alpha predator to keep the, like the boar population in check, or the fox population. Somebody dropped their, would you call that a flask? It's not floppy like a, I don't even remember what you call it, a drinking thingy made out of tanned leather. Oh, I'm running her around again. She's got it. Oh, look, somebody else dropped one. I want more interesting music. Well, not that this isn't interesting, but like Dragon Age, what was the most recent one? Which I never finished. But that was enough, folk music written for the game that they actually put out an album. I don't know if it was for sale, but you could download it. I downloaded it.
Never thought I'd see that sunrise.
An awesome.
This isn't when I'm saying things like that about the fishing or about I wish there was more music in the game. These aren't even criticisms of the game. This isn't even nitpicking. This is, I played this game. I love this game. But it's not, of course, the real world, and there are things that make that stand out. I expect that in a game. I expect it to not, be a real world. I expect it to only be able to fake a real world to a certain extent. And I'm more than willing to turn a blind eye to where it fails as long as it does a good enough job at what it tries to do. And I think this game does. Nobody's listening to me. That's okay. I don't know. I'm enough of an introvert that it's weird and almost typical for me to sit here and talk to myself while I'm doing this, but the idea that somebody might actually show up and listen to me kind of freaks me out, to be honest. Oh. Which of course begs the question about why I'm doing this in the first place. I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to try. What the heck? Don't overthink it. Okay, didn't find any wild animals in Bright Market. Look at the aqueduct. One of the... Oh, we're not in Bright Market, so, I'm sure we can kill this bugger. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry you had to die for an experiment. It really wasn't even much of an experiment. Okay, the aqueduct. One of the issues I had. It's not an issue. I was just wondering at some point. As far as I can tell from what I've seen of the timeline between the Pharaoh plague, between the instantiation of Gaia and the birth of Aloy, is that maybe 800 years have passed. What I've seen in the timeline is it looks like Gaia's subsystem for cracking the code did a much better job than or maybe it just lucked out, but it seems to have cracked the code in about 60 years. And it seems to have taken about another 180 years for Gaia to establish a biosphere suitable to reintroduce humans. So the humans, if I'm understanding the timeline correctly, have been around for 800 years, starting out as an awful lot of young adults with essentially kindergarten education being dropped into a world and having to figure out how to survive. Purely just my gut feeling based on really no useful knowledge of history is that to go from that to a society that could build this and really understand and build for their world these epic arches that hold up the aqueduct, that's at least impressive and makes me, or at least made me a little skeptical. And then I came across something, and I think I read this in the collector's edition guide, but I also saw something that suggested that this is also information that is in the game, that if, I've read all the text data points, but it doesn't mean I remember them all, that the tribe, the group that became the Carja tribe, had found some books of the ancient ones, and they had a split with the Nora over whether or not they ought to take advantage of the knowledge that they found in these books. The Carja wanted to take advantage of that knowledge. The Nora, as I'm sure you know, I don't understand. I don't know why anyone would, if anyone ever does listen to this, I don't know why you would, or I would suggest don't if you haven't played the game. Anyway, the Nora were, opposed to essentially respecting the old ones. They blamed the old ones for the state, for having destroyed humanity's relationship with nature. And they wanted nothing to do with any knowledge of the old ones. So the Carja had references. I don't know what they were. I don't think the story ever tells us. But that's good enough for me to say they had something that gave them a head start in understanding architecture and understanding, maybe not in detail how to build an arch, but at least an understanding that such a form of engineering was possible, and they figured it out. Good for them. Okay, here's another little thing that to me doesn't quite seem to add up. And again, it's, boy, I'm not an engineer. I loved when I first approached Meridian from the other side. You see water cascading out of the mesa, out of the city up on the mesa. It clearly, falls down and gets distributed and waters the maize growing fields. And I know when I saw that, I said, oh gosh, I really hope they figured out where the water comes from. And of course here it is. There's a river. The river feeds the aqueduct. Well, where does the rest of that? Whoa, don't fall. Where's the rest of this water go? The river feeds the aqueduct feeds the city of Meridian, and it spills out those gates and feeds the village of Meridian and feeds the maize fields. More water down here, or at least feeds some of them. Yeah, there's more water down here. The maize field water probably doesn't have to come from the aqueduct. Nevertheless, this is, again, I'm wandering. Even the water that spills out of, Meridian on the other side, it seems like too much water. It doesn't look to me like enough water is going in via this aqueduct to have so much water spilling out on the other side of Meridian. And there is, of course, another aqueduct that goes from the palace to the city of Meridian, but that just seems to be an extension of this water. It would be less water. It would be the water that they haven't used in Meridian. So anyway, shame on you, game. It doesn't seem to add up to me. But, I'm not an engineer. I may be wrong, or even if I'm right, I'm not right enough for me to actually consider it a criticism of the game. Maybe it's handy. Maybe things like that, as virtual reality kicks in, as everything gets to be even more realistic. Those little bitty things are going to be what still lets us know when we're in the so-called real world and the artificial world. So yes, I want to start a playthrough, a second playthrough. And I've been thinking about how I want to do that. One of the first conclusion, the most important one that I think I came to after thinking about it a lot, is that there's no way I can come up with a plan that I'm probably going to stick to. So any thinking I do about how to play a second playthrough is probably ultimately going to turn into overthinking. That's going to go out the window at some point when I start playing the game again. Oh, look, more water. Or is this the same water? Is this the same river that's been feeding the aqueduct? Nope, different water. Wow. There it is. Did the Ossurum have ancient source information that helped them learn metalworking? Did they find a copy of The Lord of the Rings and decided that they wanted to base their culture on the culture of dwarves, except for the, living in caves part? So, yeah, second playthrough. Part of, my thinking, I was thinking, well, I think, like a lot of people, I would love a, let's see, what do you call it? New Game Plus. I'd love to start the game over with level 50, with my shadow outfits, my shadow weapons, with all of my, what are they called? With all of my skills. You know, with all my modifications. Oh, look, there's modifications there to sell. So one thing I was thinking, well, how about I start a new game and just do whatever I need to do to get to the point where I can get that stuff. Avoid side quests, even avoid as much of the main quest as I can, and just try to bank, skins and machine parts and shards until I can buy all the shadow weapons and buy all the very rare outfits, and then basically go back to Nora Land and start picking up everything that I haven't done, that I've bypassed. The only problem is it sounds kind of boring to me, so I'm not convinced I'm going to do that. I might do a bit of a variation. I've been wondering about, I really, I like the different kind of weapons. So I've been thinking that I still might want to first buy a full set of, rare weapons. I think, what is it? It's, uncommon. It's uncommon, rare, very rare. So I want to buy maybe a full set of uncommon weapons, skip the Karja weapons, and use the uncommon weapons to start collecting shards and skins and doing the early, not bypassing the early quests, because, you get a lot of stuff from them. But anyway, bypass the, if as much as possible, or totally, the Karja weapons, and wait for till I can start buying the shadow weapons before upgrading. Outfits, maybe something similar. Ooh, look, that's so nice. Well, I bought the, the very rare version of that. Nora Protector. Reinforced the front of the warhead, metal cast breast protects against melee attacks. I read somewhere, might have been in the guide, a suggestion that if you're gonna, this is maybe the better armor, better outfit to buy, because you're so often, because you can collect so much damage from close-in melee attacks, especially from machines. So anyway, outfit-wise, I was thinking maybe pick up the Silent Hunter. I've got the very rare Silent Hunter now. It's great. But I'm wondering if maybe I should pick up that and the Nora Protector, and then try and just get through the game with those two outfits until, again, I can start to pick up the heavy-duty, the very rare outfits. Use uncommon mods on weapons and outfits. Definitely, don't use very rare mods until I have the weapons and outfits to take best advantage of them. The rare outfit, the rare modifications, we'll kind of see. Probably try and avoid those. do I want to look at? What was I thinking? What was in my head? Oh, yes. Again, this is second playthrough stuff. Skills. My first playthrough, I was very straightforward. I filled in the first row of skills, then I filled in the second row of skills, then I filled in the third row of skills, and then I filled in the fourth row of skills. It was a lot easier on my head than trying to stare at this chart and figure out, oh God, which one should I get next? At least that just limited that staring and agony to one row at a time. But second playthrough, I've been here. I can tell you one of the, I really want to try and get here as fast as I can. I definitely want to have this by the time I can start picking up very rare weapons and outfits, because that completely changed the way I dealt with modifications. For example, what I do now is you can see here the sharp shot bow. Right now I have got this set up for damage. Since when you go to this when you go to these menus, the game pauses. You know, I'll just I don't try and tweak those modifications. If I want to do damage with this bow, put in all damage modifiers. If I'm going to use the tear blast arrow, I swap them all out for very rare tear damage. And then use that bow, then I'll swap back the, you know, the damage once I've torn everything off I want to tear off. Same thing here. Boy, if I want to use fire, I want to use all the fire I can use. When I don't need fire, I'm going to swap this back out for damage. I don't think I swap in tear values for this, because I've got the tear blast arrows. Handling, I understand what handling does. I just, so far, and I may try and pay attention to this, I don't know if I will, but so far the improvement in handling just can't match the advantage I get from loading this sucker up with fire. What do we got? This is the rope caster. I want to think it makes sense to put all the you know, put it all on handling for the rope caster. Handling, which I'm sure anybody who's played the game probably realizes, not that I did, I'm not the most observant person, but again, according to the official guide, handling improves the reload speed and the draw speed of a weapon. So the rope caster, I don't really care about the rope caster adding tear damage. I just wanted to tie things down. Same thing here, the war bow. I love the war bow. If I want to zap something, yeah, I'm going to put in all electrical modifications, all ice if I want to freeze somebody up, all corruption if I want to corrupt the heck out of something, and just swap them out quickly if I need it different. this is really a fun weapon. I didn't realize it was a fun weapon. I didn't get it until I was watching somebody on Twitch fighting stalkers, and she just laid into that stalker with electric rattler projectiles and just put it down like in a couple of seconds and finish it off with, you know, the spear. I was so impressed. And that's when I realized, you know, because they kind of, especially the first one you got is the damage arrows, and they talk about using them in close-up fights with humans, which I don't really enjoy that much, the fights with humans. I know I'm not alone with that. And I never really cared to use it in fights with humans. I never thought much about it until I saw her take out that stalker. And that's when I realized, ooh, I like this weapon. So you see right now I've got it again loaded up with ice. I don't remember why, but I'm sure it was fun to use it. When I did it, next time I see stalkers, I'm gonna quick load this sucker up with my 3 highest shock mods and take that stalker out. This is all this is damage. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of options here. Which one is this? Oh, yeah, and again, same thing. I load it up with whatever I need. I'm sure the reason why there's a bit of shock addition there is because one of those modifications came with a small upgrade to shock. But this is loaded for freeze. I'll bet I know what that was. I'll bet that was rock blasters. Hey, I realized something.
I love this bit.
And I'm sure I am so not alone in realizing this. But, again, I've been watching a lot of people play this game on Twitch. And at least for the people I've seen, everybody, well, hates often in a very fun way. What are they? They're the rock breakers? Is that what they're called? Wait. Rock breakers, yeah. Because, man, they're tough to fight. But when I played the game through for the first time, when I got in that, did the side quest where you save little prince or king or whatever he was, you know, the 8-year-old king that the Shadow Karja was, you know, supposedly worshipping. When you liberate him, you first have to go talk to that, who was he, Two Toes or whatever his name was, who was the only one from his party to survive this fight with a rock breaker. And he tells you not to do it, and so of course Aloy's going to go fight the rock breaker and win. But it gives you hints about how to fight the rock breaker. The most important hint, I think, is to move slowly and quietly, because then they can't hear you when they're underground and they lose track of where you are. Rock breakers were the only machines that I had not yet overrode. So I snuck up on, that area where the two rock breakers are, doing their... Ooh. Oh, but was it still within the protection of Meridian? I don't know. Darn it. Oh, rock breakers, yeah. And I actually did it twice. Once I just snuck in among the rock breakers, using, of course, my heavy stealth outfit, loaded up, of course, with all stealth modifiers, and I just snuck in on those things, and they never knew I was there, just about. I mean, I could shoot them and sneak around, stay in the tall grass, never run, shoot them and move, let them dive under the ground, move somewhere else, so I wasn't where I was when they dove underground. And I took both of them out without taking any damage myself. Now, it's great to talk about this now and to say I did that. And I'm thinking, well, of course, if I'm going to say that, I should probably go there and prove I know what I'm talking about. Maybe I should, and I am pretty sure that when I go there to prove that I know what I'm talking about, they're just going to tear me to shreds. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, using that same kind of stealthy approach, I was able to sneak in there and wait around. It took me a while until one of them came out of the ground right next to the tall grass I was hiding in, and I overrode it, and it was fun to watch, but kind of weird. It was really like two giant caterpillars who didn't quite know how to fight another caterpillar. I mean, they knew how to crush little things, but it's kind of like their machine systems had never really prepared them to try and fight something as big as themselves, and it was kind of funny to watch the way they just sort of flopped into each other until finally one of them was destroyed. All right, let's see, where am I? Oh, they're over there. Should I stick to my rule about not fast traveling? Yeah, what the hell, a rule's a rule. Let's see, where am I? Okay, let's take the road.
I'm glad
I also,
even if I can't help those that died.
I don't like Aloy to run like this when she's just traveling. And it's because I guess I really do like to role play her, and I don't believe it. I don't believe she would run that fast across country. I think the game has this nice jogging pace built into it when you push the stick all the way forward without activating run mode. And this I believe, somebody who, in the tribal hunter-gatherer society that she's in, this is the pace I believe that, they would use to travel cross country. So that's how my Aloy travels cross country. She jogs it. Whoa! Oh, I was checking to see if by some weird chance anybody was actually in my chat. Nobody is. That's fine. Like I said before, it just might freak me out a bit if somebody was. Anyway, that's why Aloy just ran into the wall. Sorry about that. Let's see, where are we? Rock breakers. Okay. Let's cross the river. Ooh.
Look at the jaws on that thing. It could snap a sawtooth right in half.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd like to see it try, though. One more time to the map. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that gap between the mesas, right over there. Hi there. Too bad about, you know, how you want to kill all humans now, but apparently you do have a role to play in maintaining and developing the biosphere, this incomplete biosphere. So, if you stick to that job, I'll leave you alone. See if before we go running away. Yep, we're where I want to be. Oh, one fun thing I noticed when I was waiting around to override the rock breakers, you know, those rock breaker piles like I just took things from. I noticed there are rock breaker piles in that area with those two rock breakers. And every now and then, one or the other of them will come out of the ground close enough to one of those piles to spit rocks at it, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're gathering resources underground.
Red light means trouble.
What? What red light? Great, that one. Look, that's because I was running to their area. It doesn't know where I am. It's shooting where I was. See? Oh, man. to do a little crafting. Let's see. Okay, let's go for tear on this. Okay. This one, we're gonna go for all damage. This one's already, no, this one's set up for shock. Okay. This one's gonna go all ice. This is already all ice. Bombs. This one's all ice. No, that's ice. Okay. Alright, let's go to tear. See? Doesn't know where I am. Little slip probably wasn't good. Yeah, I'm talking smart, but I think I'm gonna get ready to add health just in case. Okay. What? It knows where I am? Okay. It knows where I am. Oh well, so much for my smart talk. Like I said, okay. Slow down. one's down. Where's the other one? Way over there. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Alright. Okay, not too bad. Alright, I didn't do it without taking damage, but, you know, not too bad. Okay. Rock breakers. I'm not intimidated by them anymore. Although, I'm curious to find out how well I do with, you know, with just rare, or is it rare? Yeah. Or uncommon. With just the uncommon stealth outfit and just one uncommon stealth modifier. Gonna have to keep sneaking around here. I mean, without being all powered up like I am now, I expect it would, what I just did would be a lot harder. Okay. Well, this was fun. For me. I don't like, you know, I don't like just ending up in the middle of the desert or in the middle of the mountain or in the middle. I like Meridian. I'm assuming, I hope, that as long as I don't overwrite the two saves I've been using for the post 100% gameplay, that they'll still be available at this, you know, that this game will still be available for me to come back to, even if I start a new game. I'm hoping that's the way it'll work. So I'm going to save this game. I'm going to go back to Meridian to save the game. I like Meridian. Meridian's my home. Yes, Aloy, you know, Grew up with the Nora. She's got a... Oh, see, here's... Oh, we didn't... Well, it probably wouldn't have been that interesting to take the time to watch rock breakers maintain their stash. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, she, you know, she's certainly got a love-hate relationship with the Nora, with their culture. But she's seen the wider world. She knows there's so much more
Can't be too
to
prepared.
the wider world, and that the Nora are, you know, culturally afraid of. And she's not. So my version of Aloy, she really has, I mean, she's not going to be, she's not a Karja. They're not going to convince her to, you know, turn into a Karja, but Karja is much closer in a sense to the wide world. And there's no way she's going back to an insulated existence. And as much as, you know, I can see her and Varl having some attraction to each other, I'm so far not convinced that Varl could keep up with her.
Definitely awake now.
Yeah. How many sticks do I have? 778. I compulsively don't want to run out of sticks, but I try to set a limit on collecting sticks at 1,000. What the hell? Who did that? What was that all about? What was that? Somewhere, again, I don't know where I came across this, if it was watching a Twitch channel, or, you know, if it was in the guide, that Snapjaws collect resources from the river, I assume from the bottom of the river. They build them up on their body, and they come ashore and deposit them. Did I just see that? Did we, in case there ever is a we, watching this, did we just see a Snapjaw deposit resources on the land? Come on, buddy, turn around. I don't want to have to shoot you. Oh, look at that. Look at that behavior. That's so nice. I'm assuming this is scrap metal, but these are shards ultimately.
So I can override
Oh,
snap
it's
mods.
chill water.
Right. Easy.
Interesting. Is chill water a drop down? Oh, dude, thanks for the chill water. Wow, I never spent enough time watching these things. It's so cool. I love that scratchy thing it does. It's like a cat. It's like a cat scratching in its litter box. Is it trying to bury the chill water? Well, that's not the one that deposited the chill water, but that doesn't mean they don't, work with each other. Is this more chill water? Is this another deposit of chill water? Yes. Yes, it is. That's that stuff that goes down its back, right? Wow. I just witnessed a little bit of machine natural history. Let's see, where are we? Yeah. Okay, we're trying to get back to Bright Market. Alright, let's swim it. The dust storm anyway, we might as well be in the water for the dust storm. Oh, I just stumped again. Too much information. I'm going to wipe my nose. Sorry about bumping the mic. I hope that didn't make a sound. We've almost got our medicine pouch full. Is that going to fill it up, or is that the fire stuff? What is it? Fire kiln root. That's a tank.
Stocking up?
Oh, sorry. I was completely misreading my pouch. I got a way to go before it's full. So, when do I start the second playthrough? I actually started playing Uncharted 4 yesterday. I might split between the two, but I don't really want to play Uncharted 4
Some Oseram girl
on Twitch.
the other day.
I don't want to...
Move along.
Let's see,
You
where
have
are
no need
we?
to loiter around here.
Why not? It's a nice place. What's
Don't ask
loitering?
me where to go if you're lost. I'm a
not
guard, not
lost.
the town crier.
Wow. I guess a lot of people pass through Brightwater. Anyway, yeah, I curious. I don't actually want the distraction of playing Uncharted for the first time, Uncharted 4 for the first time on Twitch. Oh, I'm just wandering. Where am I? Okay. I like doing that. I like Aloy to use the world. Where am I? Now, where am I? I should be over here. What I'm saying is, I don't see any reason for her to slop through the water if there's a bridge nearby. Okay. Okay, guys, you can go first. Are they Vanguard or are they regular soldiers? I know that's something I can look up in the guide. Meridian Gate. Any foxes?
Zedaman is no traitor. He's joined his brother in the palace.
Hey guys, you know me by now. Alright, I'm just gonna duck behind these crates here and change my outfit. I think at least my version of Aloy, this is what she wears when she gets into Meridian. I've got where is it? I've got the Karja Silks Heavy, but you know, that's kind of the bourgeois crowd in Meridian, and I think it's pretty obvious to me that the part of Meridian culture that she is going to fit in best with, that she's going to want to fit in best with, is the Hunter's Lodge. And this is showy armor of Karja nobles and Hunter's Lodge elites. And especially since she and, I can't remember her name, have really made a statement for changing the culture of the Hunter's Lodge. I think she's gonna put on the Hunter Lodge elite outfit and make sure that everybody, Hunter's Lodge or not, understands that that the Hunter's Lodge is not what it used to be. The culture has changed, and she's going to make sure everybody knows it.
Have released Prince Edaman from Sunfall.
So anyway, I think I may play some more Uncharted 4, and before starting a second playthrough here. And I gotta relax my vocal cords. I usually don't talk this much. So anyway, yeah. Maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'll start my second playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn. I know I don't have a particularly excitable sounding voice, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to play this game again. Okay, in case anybody stumbles across this, I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.